Two detectives knock on the door and they're like, hey, we're investigating a homicide. And we believe your father is the victim. I remember hearing that, I'm just like, wait, the victim? And having it identified, like, yeah, that is my dad, and then having to wake my mom up, my little brother's sleeping. He lived the street life, you know, he was into drugs, gangs, violence, all that kind of stuff. When he was a father, he was like a father, he was present. When tournaments were there, he was always there. He would always say, "Eye of the tiger, mijo, eye of the tiger." That was his like get into that zone and like make sure you're on your game. For me, it was my dad, you know, like the guy you look up to, your hero, the person that no one can hurt. My dad died, it was like a piece of competition was missing. I didn't hear his voice in the corner. It was a crazy time in my life. You know, at 16 years old, you're kind of like figuring out your life. I didn't go to school for like 2 or 3 months trying to figure out like what was next. That changes your perspective on how you think about family. My cousins were in gangs. They came in on this shoulder saying, hey, let's go find these dudes. And then on this side, you know, I saw my little brother. He was 9 years old at that time. Didn't even know what was going on. He saw the family come in, he saw everybody crying, and I knew at that time, like, I had to make a decision, like either I can make sure this kid has a great life or I can go have an excuse and go into that anger motion, like I want revenge. I always tell him, I'm your older brother, I look out for you like you're my younger brother. I made sure that he had a great life. My first tattoo was my left arm. I remember I snuck out the house one night. I had a friend that did tattoos in his basement. Put my dad's face on me. He was from Chicago, so I had like a train station and like these buildings in the background. Kind of a funky tattoo. I remember I got a detention in high school for having a giant tattoo on my left arm. The Showtime tattoo came next. Showtime was born and like I think I was 18, 19 years old when I started fighting, and it happened quick. I put that Showtime on my back and it was just born there. And then I had my daughter when I was 25. On her first birthday, I got her face and my mom's on the same day. And I got there like 8 a.m. I didn't leave until like 8 p.m. It was a crazy session. You can't escape it. Every time you look in the mirror, you see them two faces. Something I'm living by right now is just being present. And like going back to my dad is, you know, eye of the tiger. It's like kind of what he was saying was like get in there, be present, eye of the tiger, be in that moment. That's actually my next tattoo I'm gonna get is a tiger eye for my dad's arm. Even visiting my dad's grave, I go out and talk to him like he's there. You know, I ask for advice. I don't get the advice back immediately, but I feel like it works out eventually in my life. My daughter's 10 years old now, and to see how brutally honest she is, she's like, Dad, you sucked in that fight, or Dad, you did amazing. Like she doesn't hold back at all. And I remember like going in the grocery store, my daughter's like shopping with me, and like she's like, Dad, why you want this box of cereal? For me as a kid, you'll see Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, and then walking through and seeing yourself on there and your daughter like recognizing it, that's up there. I appreciate my family because they sacrifice a lot too. I've missed so many birthday parties and so many family celebrations and dinners to pursue this. It's amazing to have a family that supports you like that. Before every fight, we hope for the best and we prepare for the worst. I like being the underdog. You know, it puts me in a position where my back's against the wall and I gotta go out and perform. I know what's at stake. Everything that I set out to do is riding on one fight. I'm expecting to go out there and be present, get in there and eye of the tiger. I think when I fight from that area, no one can beat me. This fight game is crazy. Anything can happen out there. When I go to that octagon, I go to that cage and I'm ready to fight. Looking down and seeing these people calms me down. My tattoos represent my family and, you know, everything that drives me to fight. When I'm on that scale or I'm looking at myself in the mirror before my fights, I like to see my tats glistening and popping out at me. It gives me that mental edge. I use Mad Rabbit because obviously it takes care of my tattoos. I spent a lot of money on them and they're very important to me. You know, adding Mad Rabbit to my regimen, especially after an MMA session or bumping, we're punching each other. Your body's not made for that. Tattoos aren't made for that. So taking care of these things are very important. My skin gets pretty, you know, dehydrated and dry out here, especially in Nevada. You know, I'm running outside in this heat. Adding Mad Rabbit and making sure I'm taking care of these tattoos right is key.